Good lord, this kit is a living mess. But hello, welcome back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Today CG decided to throw us the Leia Organa kit, and by God, is it? Oh my God, it's something. So apparently, like they said, she's going to be a offensive powerhouse compared to defensive capabilities. Apparently on defense, they're saying that the AI won't really know what to do as much properly. Uh, so there's that. Apparently she prevents all cooldown manipulation. I don't know how that'll work since, there's a lovely little man named Jedi Master Kenobi that, let's see here. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Hmm. Oh, enemies and allies are immune to turn meter manipulation. So, in his lead, that kind of negotiates the whole TM reduction crap that she'll be throwing on one of her abilities. But cooldown manipulation, I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, so apparently we'll have lots of synergy with R2D2. Yippee, that's what everyone wanted, was R2 to have a home, which is, fair. He hasn't really had much of a home since GPO came out for the CLS squad. Something got knocked down on my computer. Whoops. Oh well. She has synergies with Old Ben and Kanan. So I guess if you don't want to run Kanan with the new Phoenix team set up, you can run him here. I guess. I don't really know. Like I said, better on offense and defense. That's them saying, that's coming straight out of the horse's mouth. And apparently, all the damage she takes, she will be healing her allies that much at the start of her turn. Tactical offensive is the ability that will, be the one that helps apparently make Captain Drogon almost one-shot people. And that says he can almost one-shot all units in the game, which is great, because we definitely needed that for the game. Let's see. So they're flat out saying what the team will be is Old Ben, Kanan, Drogon, R2, and herself. So that's interesting. Also, call to action is going to be becoming available for this team as well, instead of just being limited to CLS. Yippee. So no GPO with this team, because they are gating that right in the bud, because he would gain X amount of max health and protection and all that. We'll look real quick. Yeah, they'd be getting 40% of her max health, protection, offense, defense, potency, and tenacity at the start of the first encounter. And then everyone else would be getting half of that. No thank you. So that's why they're nixing that right at the quick. Let's see. This second wind is a new buff that'll be coming with her. Yippee, can apparently be dispelled. Apparently forever our princess stats will be applied before R2's number crunch triggers, which is one of his uniques that gives him all the bonus buffs and all that. But enough of this crap. Apparently there'll be new role icons for the enemies, because that's important to her abilities as a whole. Speaking of them, the basic is Righteous Retribution. It deals physical damage to the target enemy, and all allies gain Retribution for 2 turns. Yippee. On her turn, she deals bonus true damage to the enemy equal to 10% of damage other rebel allies receive since her last turn. And, this is where the fun begins with all the role icon things. And they'll deal additional effects based on the target enemy's role. Attackers will lose all their buffs and reduce their speed max 200 per buff dispelled until the end of the encounter. So that's going to really, really slow down your attackers on defense if someone throws their Leia at them. The healers and supports, it'll dispel all the debuffs on the rebel allies, equalize Leia's health protection with the weakest other rebel ally, and then they recover 20% health protection. I don't know if it's Leia recovering it or if it's everyone recovering it. It's kind of not really not alluded, elaborated on. Let's see what else. Tanks, you will call all other rebel allies to assist limit once per turn and reduce the target max enemy's health by 5% per rebel ally until the end encounter. This is going to be a way to kill Sanson a lot more quickly. You know, reducing max health is great and all that fun stuff. So that'd be a great way of dealing with your Sandstons, your GKs, Royal Guard. I'm trying to think who else to tank. JML, I guess, would be a great way of dealing with it. I don't know if it'll work against JML. I would imagine so, but you know, whatever. Rebel Ambush has a cooldown of 4 turns. It deals physical damage plus bonus true damage equal to 10% of Leia's max health. It removes 20% TM and inflicts a stack of Ambush, which is a new debuff on the target enemy until the end of their next turn if they don't already have Ambushed, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Ambushed and Ambushed. I think I just said the same word twice. Ambush and Ambush and Ambushed. So Ambush, we'll go ahead and knock it out of the way. You have minus 50 speed, maxing out 50. You gain an additional stack. Upon receiving damage at 6 stacks, you lose all stacks of Ambush, and you gain Ambushed until the end of the encounter. Okay, so that's where Ambush comes into play. Ambushed, you still have minus 50 speed, maxes out negative 50. Your protection is disabled. You're immune to protection up, and you cannot, and you can't gain any bonus protection. So that is annoying to contend with because protection recovery is pretty important for a lot of characters now, especially if you want to run them with, you know, protection to keep them alive. Anyways, Rebel allies, back to the actual attack, Rebel Ambush. Rebel allies gain 10% mastery and 25% potency stacking. So yippee, more stacking mastery until the end of the encounter. And this ability cannot be evaded or resisted. And you inflict debuffs on all enemies based on a roll, which can't be dispelled. Attackers get dazed for a turn, healers supports get staggered per turn, tanks get buff immunity for a turn. Whoopee-ki-yay. The biggest thing about this ability, first special, the Rebel Ambush, is you're gaining stacking mastery and potency. You're also dealing true damage equal to 10% of her max health, and you're removing 20% TM, and also reducing not max speed. You're reducing speed on the enemy, target enemy. And you're also disabling protection once they hit 6 stacks of Ambush. So, okay. So, second special is Tactical Offensive. It is another 4-turn cooldown ability. You dispel all debuffs and remove 100% TM from the target other ally. There's a bit of a problem with this. I don't think this is going to work against JMK. Mostly because he makes it to where everyone is immune to TM manipulation. So I mean, you know, he'll also deal physical damage plus bonus true damage, sorry, increased by 1% per TM removed from target ally to all enemies. Anyways, okay, so JMK doesn't care about this ability. That's what I was trying to get at. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle reading kits and also reading this and all that, but you know, whatever. Also, like I said earlier, call to actions will be making a return. It apparently removes call to action from all allies. But then they immediately gain it back for 4 turns, which can't be, you know, copied or dispelled. And they also gain 10% max health stacking until the end of the counter. So another way of keeping them alive, which is not really what I wanted to read on this. But, you know, anyways. So this is where, at the beginning of it, they said Drogon will get the most benefits from this on offense. Using this team on offense, just because the AI won't know who to specifically call out on defense with Tactical Offensive. But anyways, on the next turn, your target other ally gains 50% offense for the next ability, and if it's their basic, they gain an additional 2% offense for each percentage turn meter which was removed. Which, if you're running against a team that doesn't have anything that stops team manipulation, that'll be 100% extra offense. Actually, 200%, wouldn't it? Yeah, 200%. And then it ignores protection for that ability, which would basically one-shot a lot of people. If the target ally defeats an enemy during their turn, they gain 50% CM, and the target other allies gains stealth and then 150 speed for the 1 turn. And then this will be debuffs that are inflicted on the enemy's roll, which can't be resisted. Attackers will get crit chance down, crit damage down for 2 turns. Healers' support will be inflicted with potency down and tenacity down for 2 turns. Tanks will get defense down and vulnerable for 2 turns. We're going to skip the uniques because there's no point in reading them until we read the leadership. So the leadership is pretty long. All rebel allies gain 40 speed. Okay, non-scoundrel rebel allies gain 25% mastery and 50% max health and 50% max protection. Great. Jedi Rebel Tank allies gain 100% defense for 2 turns to start the encounter. Protection up for 50% for 1 turn whenever they gain taunt. And to deal true bonus damage equal to 20% of their max health whenever they use a basic ability against the enemy with protection up. Leia is very much an anti-Jabba. Very, very anti-Jabba. Like, she is the hard counter for him. I don't know why I call Jabba her, but yeah, no, this is definitely a direct way of dealing with Jabba the Hutt. Rebel allies also take 25% reduced damage from added attack turns, which is another thing Jabba teams are well known for. They are immune to max health reduction and plague, which is probably their way of stopping the Night Sisters from dealing with them, which is annoying. When our enemies attack on a turn, non-scoundrel rebel allies gain 1% mastery stacking until the ending encounter, so more stacking mastery. And at the start of each rebel ally's turn, they dispel foresight and stealth from all enemies, so you won't be able to hide Imbo or really anyone that hides behind foresight and stealth, which is a bit annoying. Back to reading this. Whenever enemies with less than 100% TM gain bonus TM, rebel allies gain 100% crit damage. Crit avoidance stacking. That's great. So they're going to be basically uncritable. Thank you, CG. Very cool. Empire enemies can't gain bonus turn meter for 1 turn. I don't know why that really matters, but okay. Whenever rebel ally has their turn meter reduced, they can't have their turn meter reduced again for a turn, so that seems kind of bullshit, but okay. Whenever an enemy is revived, all rebel allies gain 10% TM. So yeah, Night Sisters won't be doing much but helping them. You won't be able to do much anyways because of the whole, immunity to plague. Also, whenever enemies are inflicted with burning from rebel ally. What? Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Enemies inflicted with burning from an rebel ally can't recover health, and if burning is dispelled on an enemy, they take 20% in max damages. Max health as damage. Good grief, I am getting my words twisted up. And whenever a rebel ally inflicts an enemy with burning, they gain damage immunity for a turn. Yippee! But it doesn't say it's not dispellable, so it looks like that can be gotten rid of pretty easily. And the first time a non-scoundrel rebel ally loses all their protection. Okay, and then, like I said, the first time non-scoundrel rebel ally loses all their protection, they gain second wind for 3 turns, which can't be copied. All allies and enemies are immune to cooldown manipulation. Okay. Second wind is another buff that's going to be introduced with this team. The first time this character would be reduced to 1% health. They dispel this buff and recover 50% health and protection instead. Also, the second wind buff can be dispelled as a whole. Anyways, Forever Our Princess is her first unique, and it's the most stupid one out of the two, because the other one's, Galactic Legend one. At the start of the battle, Arzu gains 75% max health, protection, offense, and potency until the end of the battle, stealths for a turn, and assists whenever Leia uses a special ability, dealing 50% more damage. Great. And whenever whatever damage R2 receives is decreased by 20%, and rebel allies recover 10% health whenever R2D2 attacks out of turn. So R2 will be constantly assisting with this team. I really hope they speed up his animations, but I'm not holding my breath. If all allies rebels start a turn, and at each enemy's turn, Leia gains Fearless if she didn't already have it, until she receives damage which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Fearless is down here. All allies are immune to Expose and Fear, and all allies have 50% plus 50% offense and tenacity. Lovely. And whenever an enemy's turn ends while Leia has Fearless, she gains 2% max health. All enemies lose 5% mastery and 15% to defense and tenacity until the end of the encounter, while Leia gains an additional 4% ult charge. And while she has Fearless, at the end of each of her turns, non-scoundrel rebel allies gain 5% mastery stacking until the end of the encounter, and Leia gains an additional more 4% ult charge. Leia can't gain Fearless if she has a taunt effect. So if she's being forced to taunt, she won't be gaining Fearless. So there's a way of basically negating this entire paragraph if she has taunts. At the start of her turn, all other rebel allies recover 100% of... They recover health equal to 100% of damage Leia received since her last turn. If their health was already 100%, they recover this amount in protection instead. So, on top of the health and protection recovery they get from, what was it? Oh yeah, right here, her basic. But on top of that, they'll be getting that if they have max health already. And whenever a rebel attacker or rebel support ally is dazed, they gain bonus protection 100% for a single turn. And whenever an enemy is ambushed, all rebel allies gain foresight for a turn. Whenever a Jedi rebel tank uses an ability on their turn, Leia assist. So, okay, and then, you know, the second unique is just Galactic Legends. She takes reduced damage from percent health damage effects and massive damage effects, and then immune to stun effects, blah blah blah. Unit has plus 10% max health and max protection per relic amplifier. I don't know what to say about this kit. It is a mess of words. There's basically a lot of mastery stacking. R2 is going to be key on helping keeping burning on the field on top of Drogon being able to do it. I don't know if you want to run Kanan with this team, honestly. Probably just old Ben would be better than Kanan, just because, you know, Kanan has a home with the new Phoenix team. But, yeah, I don't know what the 5th will be. I probably should just look at the Rebels and figure out who doesn't have really a specific home that could boost this team. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who the 5th is for this team. There's a lot of stuff here going on. I imagine people will throw on defense just to really screw with people at first. But offensively, it will be where she best resides, just because she is the Jabba counter. Like, she's the most in your face Jabba counter there is. Oh, I didn't even go over the ultimate yet. I am an idiot. So the ultimate I find very bland. The animation, she calls in Chewie from the ATST to shoot at people. But, like, why is it, like, blacked out on the edges? That's just my complaint. It's called These Are My Friends. The text says, whenever you'll gain 4% ult charge whenever an enemy's turn or Leia's turn ends while she has a stack of Fearless, and 1% whenever a rebel ally deals damage while they have call to action, which will be pretty much constantly, because I think you'll have to start off with call to action, with the ability that gives you call to action. I don't know. I also don't really know if she just gives it to everyone to start off with. It doesn't say necessarily, unless I just misread a line or whatever. But anyways, you'll do true damage equal... You'll do true damage to all enemies equal to 30% of max health, 90% against enemies who are ambushed. That's a lot. You remove 100% TM, inflict ambush on all enemies for a turn who don't already have it. And if all allies are rebels, fracture all the enemies until the end of Leia's next turn, or she is defeated, which can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Also, there's more. All rebel allies recover 100% health and protection and gain tenacity up for 3 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. So, undispellable tenacity up, and all rebel allies gain 50 speed for 2 turns. If this ability defeats an enemy, revive all defeated rebel allies and recover full health and protection. All non-scouts and rebel allies gain 30% mastery until the end encounter, and other rebel allies gain an additional 50 speed for 2 turns. This attack can be countered or evaded. So, you basically got a Night Sister revive there baked in, so that's lovely. I don't know what to think about this. This is an interesting kit. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot, and until I can see it in practice, I'm not sure what the best play call will be for it, you know? Like, it's just all over the place, really. You got fracture, you got no cooldown manipulation, you've got basically an anti-Jabba leadership baked in, you've got a one-hit wonder with the tactical offensive. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, what team she'll be making, I guess. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later on with more fun shenanigans. I hope you have a good rest of your day.